Hello, Earth scientists. Welcome to a quick review of soils. We're going to take a look at these PowerPoints, and then you can write them into your own notes. The notes can be found in Google Classroom underneath this. Let's see, this is a Google slide. So you click on the slide, you open it, and you click in the text box, and you type your answer or your notes here, notes here. And then you can save it and upload it to me. Alright, so let's go take a look at the soil stuff quickly, and then I got a quick video for you. So back to the slideshow, you'll have to have your notes and write these down afterwards. So soil basically is made up of what's called regolith. Regolith is rock material pieces from weathering, so the big stuff. And then of course there are smaller sediments, and those are the pieces that could be from anywhere, water, wind, or ice transported. And then of course the good stuff, the soil, which is part of the regolith that supports plants. And so in our area here we have some soil up top. We call it topsoil sometimes. It includes organic material and water and air. We know about the air, pore spaces. We know about the water in the pore spaces. Organic material is anything that has died and decomposed, just like in biology. So decaying plants and animals. And that area always looks a little darker. So this is the key one here. If you get to anything in your notes, please get to this. The differences in soil profiles. So this is a soil profile that has layers or horizons. So the first layer is going to be this top layer right here, which is the soil horizon. Horizon number 1. So this would be right here, this layer right here. Okay, and that includes our topsoil, the humus, and it's not the stuff you eat. The humus is considered humus, actually they say it for soil, is considered the dark minerals and organic material. Now this layer up in here is not always around. This super dark layer, sometimes called layer O. We won't be using that layer here because it's not always around. It's only in places that are super decomposing, like in the forest. Okay, the next layer will be layer B. So layer B here you can see is not as much weathered. There's no organic material, so its color depends upon the local stuff that's nearby. For us, this would be the layer. It's mostly gray, red clays we have, light colored materials, pretty bad for growing stuff. So if you have this layer on top, you're in trouble. Layer C is the partially weathered bedrock pieces. These would be these layers right in here. The partially layered bedrock pieces are usually down deep, but they can be at the surface. All these layers could be missing, or there could be layers that are there, other layers that are not there. For instance, if you go to the Adirondacks, all you're going to find is the bottom layer, which is the bedrock. All the layers on the top have been scraped off. And we know it's been scraped off by water and ice, glaciers. So we'll see more about glaciers next. So again, one more time, these are the layers. A is the top, where you have organic stuff. This is where the plants and animals hang out. The next layer is B, not so much weathered, decomposed. Layer C is hardly decomposed at all, and the bottom is the bedrock. So this is usually impermeable. So remember, the water goes down to the impermeable layer. Please remember that not all layers have to be present. They could be washed away. Let's take a look here next. Speaking of washed away, what happens is what you have are two different types of soils. You have residual and transported. Residual soil is soil that is made from the bedrock beneath. So basically, if you go back to the soil picture, all this soil matches the bedrock down here because it's never been moved. And that would be very common to places around here. We have lots of clay because our bedrock is actually shale. Now, the transported soils would be like in the valley, where the Mohawk Valley, where the materials have been moved here from their parent materials by water or ice. So they can be very fertile, or they can be very unfertile depending on where the parent material was. Sometimes it's just big piles of stone, rock. So transported versus residual. Residual means resides. So the soil resides there, it lives there, it's always been there. Transported soil is brought in soil. So these transported soils tend to be more rounded, and they have lots of abrasion and weathering. So if you look at the soil composition, you can see that most of it is minerals, a lot of air, and a lot of water. Where do you know that? About 50%. And then hopefully you have this 5% organic material. So if your parents are trying to get a garden going soon, they're probably going to buy some of this organic material in the form of compost down at the store, or go over to the local farmer, or horse barn and get some manure, and that makes it nice and fertile. Okay, so the layers are put together, and there's a really interesting song here played for you. It's called The Four Soil Horizons. I know you missed the songs, so let's take a look at the Four Soil Horizons. Fast forward to the actual
Love with a cowgirl, and they had a son.
Let's go back a little louder back here. Here you go.
Long ago, a pirate fell in love with a cowgirl, and they had a son, Pirate Pete. One day, Pete's father shipped off to sea, never to return. Before leaving, he told Pete of a treasure that could conquer any enemy, buried in the Four Soil Horizons. When his mother remarried, Pete acquired a stepbrother, Redbeard, and soon Pete was looking for the treasure that would defeat Redbeard. This is the legend of Pirate Pete and the treasure of the Four Horizons.
Ahoy, there's the treasure!
Woohoo! I wonder what the dirt's like deeper down.
I bet it's really cool. That's where all the worms and such live.
I can show you where real treasure is, me hearties. And I can tell you about the soil, too.
Who are you?
And what treasure are you talking about?
I'm Pirate Pete. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hi, I'm Billy.
And I'm Susie May.
The treasure I speak of is hidden in the Four Horizons, right here in this valley.
What? There's only one horizon, dude. It's where the land meets the sky.
You must be crazy.
Hey, I'm not talking about the sky, lad. I'm talking about the soil horizons. And there are 4 of them you ought to know about if you ever want to find that treasure. Here, I'll show you.
How did we get here?
Pirate magic. Now, let's get to it. The soil has many layers, and they are all different from each other. These layers are called horizons. There are 4 horizons. The O, the A, the B, and the C. The C
So you can see that he has the O horizon here, which you will sometimes see.
horizon is the parent material. That means it was there before all the other layers. It's made of fine bits of stuff, blown sediments from riverbeds, and little bits of rock.
I heard from my friend Mandy that C stands for candy.
The sea horizon is not made of candy. Back to soil, not lies. Next is the B horizon. It doesn't have much organic stuff left in it, and minerals like iron and aluminum have leached into it. It usually has sort of a clay-like quality to it. The A horizon has organic material too, but it is mostly decayed. It has lots of nutrients, like nitrogen, that plants need to grow. It is filled with creepy crawly creatures like worms, bacteria, and fungi. The O horizon is made of organic material, dead leaves and plants and the like. It is usually thin and a bit moist.
Is there always an O horizon?
No, sometimes there are just 3. O horizons form in forests and fields where the leaves and plants have been left to sit. The treasure I spoke of is hidden somewhere in these 4 horizons. This map and this golden compass will show us the way. Here, there are all manner of creatures that inhabit the soil. What types hole up where you live? And what do they do for the soil? Please answer the question in the form of a 15,000-word essay. Come on, let's hunt some treasure.
Wait, where's the music coming from?
What's the matter, lad? You never been in a music video before? Come on, let's get rockin'.
How shall we find the buried treasure with young pups that are so clever, finding riches without measure in the 4 horizons?
Organic stuff in the O horizon, twigs and leaves and poop from rising, thin and damp and mesmerizing is the O horizon. horizon.
Way hey and up she rises, yo ho, big surprises. Way hey and up she rises in the four horizons.
The A horizon's filled with creatures, worms and bugs amongst its features, nutrients enough to fill the bleachers in the A horizon.
Way hey and up she rises, yo ho, big surprises. Way hey and up she rises in the four horizons.
The B horizon's more like clay. Most organics have gone away, leaving minerals to stay in the B horizon.
Way hey and up she rises, yo ho, big surprises. Way hey and up she rises in the four horizons.
The sea horizon filled with candy, sugary treats that are tuned indie. Go ahead, ask my best friend Mendy in the sea horizon.
What? We've been through this before, Billy. The sea horizon is not made of candy. It's the parent material.
So what? It's just dirt. I bet there's no treasure anyway.
Careful what you say there, lad. Without soil, there'd be no plants, no food. If you don't treat the soil right, bad things happen. Shiver me timbers. Humans and animals need plants to eat, and plants need soil to grow. What nutrients and minerals from the soil do plants need to survive? And who is the scurvy dog that's been stealing my coloring crayons?
I'm sorry, I didn't know the soil was so important. I just wish we could find that treasure.
I'm sorry, lad. Sometimes I get worked up when people diss on the soil. Here, I'll make it up to you. I'll show you the pirate's secret handshake. First,
A,
you give dabs,
B,
then sideways
C.
high fives.
but no O.
No, cluck thrice.
Hey! I think I figured out why we can't find the treasure. There's only 3 horizons here.
What?
Look! See, there's the C and the B.
And there's the A, but where's the O?
Yar. Well, I'll be peeing on the poop deck. Let's go find ourselves an O horizon.
How shall we find the buried treasure with young pups that are so clever, finding riches without measure in the four horizons? Way hey and up she rises, yo ho, big surprises. Way hey, fabulous prizes in the four horizons.
Yar. Where'd everybody go?
Pete, get over here. I think we found it.
Yar. Ahoy there, matey. Soil varies around the globe. Some has more nutrients, and some is very dry. Why might that be? What type of soil do you have, me hearty? Yar, there it be. Help me hoist it out, mateys. Gentle, gentle, gentle. There we go. Yeah. We'll take that treasure off your hands.
Who's that? And why is he dressed that way?
He's my stepbrother, Redbeard. Well, if it isn't the landlubber, how are you, bro? You won't be taking treasure from anyone, Redbeard. And there's nothing wrong with the soil. There is, however, something wrong with you. Oh, really? And what might that be?
Wait, couldn't we all just share the treasure? Yeah. You don't need to fight.
Share the treasure. Ha! Not fight.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt. After you, bro. Really?
Alright, I'm going to stop it here. Good luck telling me what's in the treasure box for extra credit. Don't forget to do your notes. See you later.